Dana, how you doing? Appreciate the time.
Guys, how are you?
Doing well. This should be a monster we were talking about before you came on. Can this do pay-per-view numbers like UFC 100?
I believe it can. That's what we're expecting. We're expecting a big number on this one.
And what do you think about the new and improved Lesnar, at least how he's dealing with the media and kind of being a nice guy?
Yeah, I think it's obviously I love it. It's definitely a good thing. Brock, not only do I think that Brock's outlook has changed, I think the fans have on him too. You're going to have the people who love to hate him because he's Brock, but I think people actually got a little nervous there when they started imagining, wow, imagine if this guy goes away and we never see this guy ever fight again.
You know, I know he was humbled from what happened to him, but I'm a big fan of his. I miss the old Brock. I want the guy to come back and go bonkers in the octagon. Well,
let me tell you what, I'm not ruling it out. I'm definitely not ruling it out.
You mentioned, too, in a press conference that the scary thing could be, and for the heavyweight division, that his doctor said he was only fighting at 60%.
Exactly. His doctor said he was between 60 and 70% the last few years, and he's 100% now, and that is pretty scary.
You worry about ring rust and also his legendary conditioning, but what do we know about Carwin's conditioning? I guess it doesn't matter when you knock everybody out in the first round.
It's true. Plus, ring rust is something that I always talk about. It's very real, happens to guys. But the thing is, with a guy like Brock Lesnar, the two things that make this fight different is he's only got 5 fights. I mean, how much ring rust could this guy have? He's green. He's just a freak of nature. The other thing is, if he was really at 60 or 70% and now he's at 100, I think that'll make up for some ring rust. If
Carwin wins, is it hard to sell him because he's kind of quiet?
No, I don't think. Listen, whoever wins, man. It is what it is. And Carwin, I don't think is hard to sell with his record, especially if he goes in there and finishes Brock Lesnar. I mean, this is a guy who stops everybody in the first round by either knockout or submission, and I think people love that in fights.
Come Saturday night, this is as good as it gets. 2 legitimate heavyweights going head-to-head. What do you expect? Will it get out of the first round?
I don't know, man. You know, when you talk to both camps, you know, Shane Carwin went silent for like a month and didn't talk to anybody and was just training, and everybody's saying that his camp went well. The guys that I know in Lesnar's camp said this has been Lesnar's best camp ever, and he looks absolutely nasty. He brought in boxing coach Peter Welsh, a guy whom I have a ton of respect for, and Peter predicted a first-round knockout. And today on SportsCenter, Shane said he's going to knock him out. So let me tell you what, I love when two guys have that attitude.
When you're promoting both guys, they're in there against one another. How difficult is it for you? Because you know which guy is going to be your big guy in the next fight if he wins. How difficult is you to hold back that emotion and to basically root for both guys?
Yeah, not at all. You know, the hard part about promoting the guys sometimes and putting on fights is you become close to these guys. And, you know, there's guys that I'm really close to. There's guys that I see every now and then. And there's guys that I absolutely do not like. You know what I mean? So when you get two guys that you really care about and you really like and you have to see them fight each other, I mean, I think we've all been there. So if you've ever been, you know, in high school or something and two of your friends start fighting, it's like, oh, what's going on here? This is weird. So it's tough, but listen, at the end of the day, I don't decide who wins and loses, they do, and whoever wins, he's the guy.